Welcome in Season 1, Episode 2 of the CR Dynamic Duo Podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. My name is Ryan Wilson, and I am joined by my best friend and podcast partner, Caden Cox, and we have a great show for you today. Caden, what was your favorite part of the Week 1 NFL season?
How about them Cowboys, baby?
They did. They dominated, but
They look good.
is it because they're good or the Browns are bad? Who knows?
Maybe a little both.
Yeah.
No, we look good. I think our defense played better than I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
See, Micah was dominant, but we'll get to it. But Deshaun was something not good.
Yeah. I
We
get it.
We have a great episode for you guys today. The NFL Week 1 season just finished yesterday with 49ers Jets. And we are going to do a full recap of each game, just kind of touch on each one, whether we got it right or wrong in our Pick'em League. We'll go through our Survivor picks, go through some fantasy stuff. So the first half of this episode will kind of be like stuff from Week 1, and then the last half will be predictions for Week 2. That's kind of how each week will go. So we're going to jump right into it. So in our Pick'em League, me and Caden both went 12-4. We don't do it against the spread. We just do it straight up. So not bad to start. So we'll kind of go through each game, touch on like something interesting that happened in each one. So Kansas City versus Baltimore, opening Thursday night. We both picked Kansas City. Got it right. Any big takeaways that you noticed from that game?
I say a likely.
Yeah. Yeah. That dude is a dog.
Yeah. I see the number one tight end.
I don't know. I saw something that apparently the Chiefs' game plan, Steve Spagnuolo was trying to like bracket Mark Andrews the whole game. So like making sure he wasn't a factor. So I don't know if that was the reason he didn't get any touches and Isaiah Likely got so many, but
Yeah.
even so Isaiah Likely did really well.
Yeah, and that should be a very good tight end duo going into the season.
Yeah.
I think Isaiah likely has more upside. Obviously
Younger, more athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah, more agile, all that stuff. But what a way to kick off opening
Yeah.
season.
Also, Xavier Worthy was a
Yeah.
bullet.
He touched the ball, 3 times? He got 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. And he had, I don't know how many yards he had, but he had quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just for 3 touches, I think it was 60 plus, maybe. I don't know. But
And they didn't even have Hollywood Brown.
yeah.
Okay, biggest takeaway for me for this game is Chiefs are gonna be dominant. We'll get through the games, but after the whole week and all 32 teams played, I think Chiefs are definitely number 1. They are.
Mm-hmm.
They looked really good, very dominant. Ravens didn't look bad though. They'll be okay. That's probably the toughest game they'll play.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Friday night was Eagles Green Bay. We both chose the Eagles to win. Got that right. My biggest takeaway was it sucks for Jordan Love. Do you know how long he's out for?
I mean, he'll be out for. Obviously, just with a sprained MCL, usually they're like what? I mean, it depends, but if it's like a 3rd level or 3rd degree, I think it's like close to a month and a half, 2 months. So that's like what? Obviously, 6-8 games.
Yeah, I saw that they didn't put him on IR though, which means
it's not probably that bad of a sprain.
Yeah, that means he could come back in within 3 to 4 weeks, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be closer to like 6 to 8, which apparently, Malik Willis is going to start for them, and he's not good, like at all.
Oh, he's bad. Did you see him last year, or did you watch anything? I seen him a little bit for the Titans.
Yeah, and he's not a good quarterback.
Nope.
And I feel bad for. Although if you have Josh Jacobs, start that man.
Good, yeah.
And we'll talk about this later, but like Jaden Reed had a great game.
Yeah.
But should people start him? Like, because now, who's throwing to him?
Yeah, I know.
Malik Willis? Who knows?
But I mean, were they just gonna feed the ball to Josh Jacobs every play?
Probably, honestly. But Eagles looked good. Packers looked pretty good too. It was a pretty good game. Nothing huge there. And now for the Sunday slate of games, we'll go through these a little faster. Saints, Panthers, we both got that right. Chose Saints. Biggest takeaway is Panthers are awful. Just Caden's going to be mad at this, but Bryce Young is bad. He's a bad quarterback.
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
I just think they need a better O-line. So I was thinking about it. Like, he has weapons now. He has Jonathan Brooks when he comes back. He has Devontae Johnson. He has Adam Thielen. He has Xavier Leggett, who obviously they're okay wide receivers, but like his O-line doesn't help him. They don't protect him at all. So,
Yeah.
and that's why like you see when he throws the ball, he just doesn't have any time to. So I would say next draft because like they're probably gonna be top 5 pick.
Number 1, probably.
Probably. I would heavily suggest O-line. Just O-line.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if Saints are good? 47-10 is a shellacking, though. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
But Saints Cowboys next week, so
We'll see.
yeah.
We'll see how good they are.
Next game was Bears Titans. We both chose Bears. They just so happened to win.
Caleb Williams is booty.
Yeah, he.
No, he's
I'm
not
good.
He's not booty. I'm not gonna, say he's bad just yet, but he didn't look good. Obviously, he had 93 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he.
Come on.
It's his first game, so obviously, like, I'm not gonna take any like huge thing away from that. But not that I'm rooting for his downfall, but he just seems like an arrogant guy, and I'm glad I'm glad they won and he played bad. So like it worked out for him that he was probably like, oh, I need to take this a little bit more serious and be better. But fortunately, they still got the win. In one of my leagues, I was going against the Bears defense, and I think they got 26 points. That was pretty rough. Titans and Will Levis are terrible. That's really, really apparent. So
Yeah, I would say so. I'm not gonna give him any slack.
did Calvin Ridley do anything?
He had, in fantasy wise, he had like 8 points. Didn't really do much, but
Yeah. Next game, Texans Colts. One of my favorite games. We both chose Texans. Got it right. C.J. Stroud is great. Anthony Richardson looks like he's going to be great. He completed 9 passes. Did you see this? For like 200 and something yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Great game, though.
Doesn't throw the ball much, but when he does, hell
Yeah.
throws.
And when he runs, boy.
Oh yeah, the dude's like we were saying. We were watching the games this weekend. What he's like 240 something.
Yeah, he reminds me of Cam Newton. Just like
Yeah,
a big, strong dude. He just...
has an arm.
Oh, yeah, that throw he had when he was off his back foot. And
I
threw
think it was
70
like
yards.
70 yards in the air.
That's insane.
Like,
I want to see how far he can throw it if he steps into it.
but yeah, that's the big takeaway. Is he's gonna be good for them.
As long as he can stay healthy, though.
Yeah.
That'll be a big part of it. But I think both of them are going to be contenders in the AFC, at least like for that division. Next game, Bills Cardinals. I actually really like this game. I was rooting for the Cardinals. Bills won. We both chose Bills. Josh Allen. They told Josh Allen, "Hey, put this team on your back and make it work." And he made it work for Week 1 at least. We'll see. We'll see if it keeps going. Any big takeaways for you?
Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't catch but one ball.
Yep.
I feel like if I'm their OC, I'm feeding him more than that. I don't know if that was the game plan of the Bills to kind of, take him away. But I mean, if he's big as a wide receiver, he's drafted wide receiver 1 in the draft, so I don't know. I feel like you should just be open more than one time.
Well, I'm sure he was. Did you see that? That one play.
Yeah.
There was a play at the end, I think, to get the go-ahead tying touchdown or even winning touchdown. I guess what was the final score? Final score was 34-28. So yeah, if they would have gotten a touchdown, 35-28 or 35-34, he was like, there was no one within like 25, 30 yards of him, and Kyler just didn't see him. So
Yeah.
maybe Kyler's a problem, but I feel like Cardinals didn't play bad, but I don't remember anyone on their offense doing great. Trey McBride didn't do great.
James.
James Conner.
Yeah, James Conner did
he
good.
He did good. Yeah, they fed him a lot.
But that's about it. Yeah, and then obviously Wilson, the other wide receiver, he did okay.
Yeah.
I forget his first name, but did okay.
Now my favorite game of the weekend, Bengals Patriots. Oh, let's go. We both got the game wrong. Both chose the Bengals.
Yeah.
And this was also my survivor pick. So I'm out already. Week 1, out of it. I saw something that 40% of all survivor picks and pools chose the Bengals. So 40% of entries are over now. So there's only 60% of them left. This was a great game. I don't know if the Bengals are awful or if the Patriots are just a bit better than we thought. But my big takeaway is Pat's defense is really good. They're going to be really good. They're going to run the ball with the Ramondre. Jacoby Brissett's going to throw for 150 yards a game. And he had no touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles. So clean game. I bet that's how they're going to want to play every game. Hard defense, run the ball, don't make mistakes, and every game will probably be around 16-10.
Yeah. I think Joe Burrow, we've seen in other seasons where he's just the first few games, I would say about first 3 or 4 games, he's just not good.
Yeah, I realized that and really regret choosing them for my survivor pool.
I don't know why though. I guess not playing in the preseason or something. Especially when he had the injury last season, you feel like he wouldn't want that touches in the preseason.
Yeah,
but
they didn't have T. Higgins.
Yeah,
Christian Gonzalez, I think allowed Jamar Chase 15 yards whenever he was marking him. So that was pretty. Christian Gonzalez is one of my favorite players on that team.
He's one of the best players, so.
Yeah, definitely one of the best players. But also, to be fair, Bengals should have had another touchdown. They were an inch away from getting a touchdown. And then, a great play on the Patriots defense part. But, yeah, I'm happy the Patriots are 1-0. I predicted them to go 5-12. And they got a game they probably shouldn't have. So,
yeah.
Happy about that. Next game is Miami and Jacksonville. We both chose Miami. Miami won. No huge takeaways for me in this game. Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, they're the same. I like Brian Thomas. He was a good little rookie show out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that actually for fantasy, I think he will be their number 1 within the next coming weeks over Christian Kirk. If he's not already.
I hope so. I have him. But I also have Trevor Lawrence and ETN. That's I'm rooting for the Jags.
Yeah.
But ETN also, he played okay until that fumble.
And that would have been a touchdown too.
Yeah. But those are the big things. Just hold on to the freaking ball, ETN, and then Brian Thomas kind of showed out for that game for me.
Yeah. He's going to be really good. Evan Ingram got 1 catch, I think.
I thought they would feed him.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know if the Dolphins, who's their safeties? You don't know? I don't know either.
But yeah, I think all tight ends kind of had a rough week for the most part. So I'm not too worried about Evan Ingram. I'm sure he'll be fine. Next was Vikings at Giants. We both chose Vikings. Big takeaway from here: Daniel Jones sucks. Sam Darnold's going to be able to do okay with that team. I think they'll go a 500 type of thing, but it won't be bad. Sam Darnold's.
I think if I was the OC and head coach of the Giants, I would put Stevie Wonder in my quarterback. Because it's the exact same shit. Daniel Jones is so bad. He can't see anything. Malik Neighbors is is good for what I've seen, but like his just quarterback's just terrible, and I feel bad for the guy. So
He seemed a little. I saw an interview of him after the game, and he seemed a little frustrated already. Like after 1 week, it's not good.
too.
I have a. We'll talk more about Daniel Jones in a little bit, but I have a little scenario for you in a bit. Next is Falcons and Pittsburgh. We both chose Falcons. Both got it wrong. I don't know. Steelers got 0 touchdowns and won the game by 8 points, which is pretty impressive. My big takeaway is T.J. Watt is amazing.
He already looks like a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, it looked like he was sacking Kirk Cousins every play.
Yeah, him, Micah, and there was one more that did really well. I can't remember this week, but definitely those two, because Micah had, I think, 2 sacks, and then he had like 18, 20 pressures himself.
And he forced that interception.
Yeah, but yeah, T.J. Watt is just, he was always on top of Kirk Cousins. I don't know if Kirk Cousins just didn't get the ball off on time, but holy smokes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Kirk Cousins does the rest of the season. I don't know if it's because he was going against such a good defense, but he didn't look all that great. So we'll see about him. Next game is Seattle-Denver. I chose Seattle. Caden chose Denver. Seattle won. Nothing huge there, I don't think. Bo Nix looked okay.
Yeah, he looked all right.
Seahawks even with the new head coach, they looked the same as I think before.
I didn't really find DK that game that much.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett did pretty well. And Jackson Smith-Njigba didn't do all that much either, did he?
I think, DK just didn't really do much. Walker did pretty well.
Oh, did you see he got like a abdomen injury? I don't know how serious it is, but apparently he left the game with an abdomen injury.
I did see that. He did leave it, but yeah, before that he was going off.
Next game was Chargers-Raiders. I chose Chargers. Caden chose Raiders. Chargers won. I think Justin Herbert threw for like 120 yards, something around there. Jim Harbaugh, he knows how to coach.
Yeah, he's good.
They did play defense, run the ball. I think J.K. Dobbins had like 100.
That was the big takeaway for me. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins.
And in our league, do you know?
No.
Man, I wish I had him.
I know that. I think I said it. Did I say it on the first podcast? I know I said J.K. Dobbins is going to be a weapon if he can stay healthy. We've seen it in the past, but it's just, can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
Because anyone else on that game didn't really do much. Like rookie McClunky didn't do much.
Yeah, Gus Edwards didn't do a lot. I mean, Justin Herbert didn't do a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how they progress, though. They're one of my more exciting teams to watch. Not because they are exciting, but because they were so bad last year, and I'm curious to see if Jim Harbaugh can make something happen. Next game, Caden's favorite game of the week, Cleveland-Dallas. I chose Cleveland. Big mistake. Caden chose Dallas. Dallas obviously won in a whooping. Big takeaway for me is Dallas looks good, and last episode I predicted the Browns to go 11-6, win the NFC North, and they suck. Deshaun Watson is awful. He doesn't even look like he wants to be there. He looks like start Jameis Winston. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead.
I've already said it. The defense looked more better than I thought. I think with the additions to Overshown, we had him last year, but he tore his ACL in the preseason, so he didn't play. But seeing him play was really fun to see. He got a sack. He was electric. And then Mike Parsons obviously is going to do him. Diggs got his interception he got from his ACL tear. And then actually Kendricks, he got an interception too off of Micah's blocked pass, tip pass. And I think he's going to be really good for us too. I think that defense is just good because even DeMarcus Lawrence had some pressures of his own. It's just we look good as a defensive team. And then the offense, we'll get there. I mean, CD's didn't have any training camp, didn't have any preseason reps. So that first game I saw an interview, he was like, "Yeah, the Browns are kind of my preseason game." I was like, "Yeah."
That's nice.
But we'll get there. Shiggy will get there. Sucks that Jake Ferguson has a sprained MCL. Don't know how bad it is, but I'm expecting him to miss some time.
That's rough.
And then our running back situation, Zeke looked decent.
He did actually look pretty good.
Yeah, he looked decent. He didn't look slow, sluggish like he did before, like 2 years ago. And then he when he went to the Pats, he didn't even look that bad either. I remember you were like,
he was my favorite player on the Pats last year.
I was like, I remember you telling me like, dude, let him get the ball more. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think him and Rico Dowdle, they'll be a fine duo.
Yeah.
What do you think of Dak's contract? He signed it like what, 2 hours before the game or something?
I don't think I would have paid Dak that much money. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm glad he got his bag. I'm glad we have him for another 4 years. I'm gonna stick by him. I'm a fan of his. I don't think he deserves that much money, but I am a fan of his. So it is what it is. Jerry thinks he deserves that. So
yep. $240 million for 4 years, which is $60 million a year, and 231 of that guaranteed. Which that's the highest everything, but the highest guaranteed before that was Deshaun Watson at $230 million, so he beat him by $1 million.
And they faced them, so it was kind of like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that. And Deshaun Watson looked like a $1,000 QB.
I don't know. He did terrible that game, right? I'm not saying he didn't. I want to see him progress in the season.
Yeah, and against not that great of a defense.
Yeah.
Cowboys are going to be one of the better defenses he plays, I imagine.
And we're only going to get better with Bland coming back.
Yeah.
But our rookie, Kalen Clarkson, did not do bad. He locked down Amari Cooper a few times. He almost actually had an interception against Amari Cooper. So I mean, yes, I want Bland back, but I think we'll look fine.
You guys will be good. Definitely looked like one of the better teams in the NFC. Next is Commanders at Buccaneers. We both chose Buccaneers. Buccaneers won. I watched the highlights of this game. I didn't have it on or anything. We didn't. Yeah. Really, but Baker looked great.
Dude, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Baker looked great. Mike Evans looked great. Chris Godwin looked great. Rashad White looked great. They looked like a good team. I know they were playing the Commanders, so doesn't say maybe a whole lot, but I don't know. I'm excited to see about them, and especially with the Falcons looking as bad as they did. Bucs might have an easy NFC South title.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Jane Washington, Daniels pretty good. Jane Daniels, he can run, that's for sure. I mean, you have Scary Terry in your fantasy, and he didn't throw the ball to him that much, but
no, he didn't. He didn't throw the ball to Terry McLaurin, but maybe twice. And but Jaden Daniels did great on his own,
on the
his
ground.
feet, but he's not gonna be able to sustain that forever.
Yeah.
So
he gotta learn to throw that ball, which he did in college. So I don't know. Obviously it's different in the NFL. Everyone's better. Everyone's top tier there, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Next game, Rams at Lions. This was a great game. One of the only 2 games me and Caden didn't watch together this weekend. So I chose Rams. Caden chose Lions. This is my NFC championship matchup for prediction for this year, but I have Detroit winning it that time. So I was wrong. Caden was right. Lions won. What was the final score of that game? Do you remember?
Wasn't that bad?
20-26.
Yeah.
Pretty good game. Puka's out for, I think, at least 4 weeks. Did you see that?
Knee, right?
Yep.
What happened to it?
Something with, the bursa has been bothering him, and it, re-irritated it. And apparently, he's out for 4 weeks, but it could, linger for, months.
That's great for you.
It is great for me. I have Cooper Kupp. So I'm not, it sucks. I hate when players get injured, but fantasy-wise, it is good for Cooper Kupp. But like we talked about last time, you thought Cooper Kupp was wide receiver 1 It was really like 1A, 1B. But now there's a clear. Cooper Kupp is a clear one for the time being, at least.
The thing with him is why he's so good at fantasy is just the receptions he gets. They feed him almost every drive they have, at least like once or twice.
Yep.
Just reception.
Yep.
And obviously he just gets open, and they can look for him for that short yardage they need when they're on a 3rd down and 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, and obviously Matt Stafford throws him a bomb every now and then, and he's great at yard after the catch.
Yeah.
So, I think he's gonna be really good for the next when Puka's out for these next. You said 4 weeks.
At least, yeah. Apparently, it might be more, but. As far as Detroit goes, Amon-Ra didn't do a whole lot.
No.
Jameson Williams looked great. I picked him up in fantasy, like in the 14th round, maybe out of 16.
The problem
Feel
with
good.
the Lions is they have too many weapons. Like,
They're 2 backs.
yeah, Gibbs, Montgomery, Amon, Williams, and then they have Laporta. Like, they have too much, and you're just who's gonna pop off that game?
Dude, yeah, which is not great for fantasy. You have Amon-Ra, don't you?
In one of our leagues, but not
Okay.
the one
Yeah.
I have actually in one of our leagues. We're doing 2 together. I have Gibbs, Amon, and Laporta.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is that the one with 30?
Yeah.
Okay. And then last game of the weekend was last night, 49ers and Jets. 49ers looked dominant. I thought they looked really good.
Without Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. What's homeboy's
Jordan
name?
Mason.
Yeah, Jordan Mason did great. I also have Christian McCaffrey. I had number 1. I had the first overall pick, and I chose Christian McCaffrey, and of course he was out, so didn't get any points for that. But yeah, their backup looked great. Niners look great as a whole defensively.
Did you see that whole thing about him going after the the interview?
Who?
Jordan Mason.
Uh-uh.
And he was like, the reporter asked him, "Hey, so when did you know that you were starting?" And he was like, "Friday." And Christian McCaffrey again announced to like 2 hours for the game.
Yep, I did see that. I saw.
They're gonna get a fat.
I saw
fine.
Kyle Shanahan had an interview about it, and he was like, "It's like no, nobody told him that. We were just saying like be prepared because you'll probably get a lot of action or something." They're probably on his ass right now. Like, oh, you messed up, bro.
I saw another one after his that interview because that interview was right after the game, and then he had a post in the game after he gets showered and all that for the media, and they asked him the same question. He goes, that question right there, you could just tell he was frustrated. He goes, "That's what got me in trouble."
I mean, to be fair, he should have known better, honestly. I mean, I'm sure in the heat of the moment he wasn't thinking about that, but that's some funny stuff. So that's all 16 games for the week. We each went 12-4. Not too bad. Could have been better, but also we didn't talk about this, but his survivor pick was Saints over Panthers, which was the best survivor pick you could have done. You choose Saints, who isn't a contender. They obviously killed the Panthers 47-10, so well done on his part. So I'm out of it. I'm still gonna do it for fun, and he'll keep doing it for real. But so yeah, that's all the games. We're gonna quickly go over our fantasy teams, just how they did, and then just kind of talk over some of the stuff, some big studs and some big duds for the week.
I think all my team was duds.
Yeah, it was a rough week for most people, unless your name is James Foster. Caden, you go over yours real quick. I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
So my fantasy team, my starting quarterback is Trevor Lawrence. So we play in a two quarterback league. We don't have a kicker or a defense. So we have a super flex and most of them put a quarterback. But anyway, so my starting is Trevor Lawrence. He's projected 17. He got 11. Just not what I wanted, obviously. He looked okay, Trevor Lawrence did, but didn't do much with the he threw for 12 for 21. Like, he did complete his passes, half of his passes, which is good, but he threw for 162 yards and 1 touchdown. I need more production out of him in these upcoming weeks. Jonathan Taylor, I have him as running back. He looked okay. Again, kind of, didn't really perform as much as I wanted him to. He was projected 14, got 10. But he looked decent. He had 16 carries for 48 and the touchdown. He almost had another touchdown. Or he could have had another touchdown, but, like we were saying, Anthony Richardson just looks good. He looks good to get that RPO right at the goal line. So that might, bite me in the butt coming these upcoming weeks. And then Travis Etienne has another running back. I think he looked good. Just besides that, like I said earlier in the podcast, his fumble right at the goal line, just gotta hold that onto that ball. So, but besides that, he looked good. He had 12 carries for 44 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 receptions for 15. Not too big of a, he was projected 13. He got 12. Oh, he got 12.9. So kind of right there where he was supposed to be. CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver 1. Like I said before in the podcast, I think he'll ramp up these upcoming weeks. Actually, I think this week he'll get at least, double digits receptions. So he also had 3 carries for 25 yards, which was kind of cool to see on a jet sweep. They're all on jet sweeps.
Come on, CeeDee.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think he'll get ramped up as these weeks go by. And then second wide receiver is Devontae Adams. He looked good. It's just that quarterback situation. I don't know if Minshew is. I mean, I think he's a little better than O'Connell. But
Devontae deserves better though.
Yeah, but especially because he's getting a little older and he might be his last few years in the league to actually be a threat. But
hot take: Devontae Adams ends up on the Jets by week 8.
That would be crazy.
That'd be really cool for the league.
The Jets would be winning the Super Bowl.
Well.
And then my tight end, Sam Laporta. Like we already talked about, the Lions just have so many weapons, and Laporta is one of their big ones. So I hope they use him a little bit more than they did. But he had 4 catches out of 5 receptions for 45 yards. Can't really. I mean, I feel like like Ryan was saying, all the tight ends this week didn't really do well.
Yeah, I feel like that's above average for the tight ends this week.
And then I played Rachaad White in one of my flexes. He actually did the best on my team. He was projected 14. He got 16. He had 15 carries for 31 yards, and then he had 6 receptions for 75. And then I think he almost had a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. If he would have got that would have been huge for me. But because I only lost my fantasy by 12?
Yeah, you and Chris had the closest game of the week. Chris, if you're listening, good job, man.
Yeah,
good dub.
Screw you. And then my second quarterback, like I said, we're in a double QB league, but it's a super flex league, but mainly everyone puts another quarterback. So I had Deshaun Watson, and we already talked about him.
That's actually higher than I thought he would have gotten.
Yeah, he was projected 16, and he got like 12.5. But I mean, his stat line is just kind of terrible. He went for 24 for 45 completion, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 5 carries for 39. I mean, that's why I kind of want to see the other coming weeks, because he did go against a good defense. So I think that would be a little bit better next week when they play someone.
I don't know who they play. I mean, yeah, it probably won't get worse than that.
Yeah.
I was looking at your bench. He has Chris Godwin on his bench. If he would have started him over, I mean,
Calvin Ridley,
that's easy to say now, but like over Calvin Ridley, you would have won.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
But that actually was my last thing. I had Chris Godwin in first, besides Calvin Ridley, and then I changed them because I was like, wide receiver 1, for wide receiver 2. And then Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You can also say it's kind of like a1 AB or A1 an AB situation again as well. But I don't know. I just kind of I don't know. I like Calvin Ridley as a player, and I think he's really his route running is over, like, it's underrated. I think he's one of the better route runners in the league.
He's got to get a quarterback, though. I mean,
yeah,
that's
what I had Chris Godwin, so it kind of frustrated me, and I was like, that kind of sucks. And then another takeaway is I had Ryan Thomas as well, and he did really well. So I might put him up in the starting lineup. I don't know, maybe not this week, but maybe week 3 if he performs
again
a little better, or not better, but like the same. But yeah, that was kind of my fantasy. I got beat.
Yeah, not great weeks for me and Caden. I also got beat quite handily. I played our buddy James. His team went off. I'm just gonna read you how many points each team scored this week. 93. This is from least to greatest. 93, 100, 105, 109, 115, 117. All pretty close so far. 125, 126. All still pretty close. 152. Our buddy Noah got 152, which is pretty good. And then James got 168 points. So, I mean, I was nowhere even close. McCaffrey was out for me, but even if he was in, I mean, he would have had to score like 60 points.
You had to break the fantasy record.
Yeah. He's got a great team, and every single player on his team except Drake London did amazing. I won't tell you his whole team, but his team scored 32, 16, 27, 3.5, 15, 11, 16, 19, 27. So, yeah, well done, James. My team, I had Kyler Murray. He underperformed 15 points. Christian McCaffrey got 0. Derrick Henry got 10, underperformed. A.J. Brown got 23, overperformed. Cooper Kupp, 32, overperformed. What a guy. Trey McBride, 8, underperformed. Amari Cooper, 3.6, but he has one of the worst quarterbacks in the world. Yeah, dude. How many he got? Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. He got 9 targets and only got caught 2 of them. I bet most of those were on Deshaun, though. Terry McLaurin, 2 for 4. And then Matt Stafford got 16 points. I do have Jameson Williams on my bench, and he got 24 points. So, but like I said, whenever I get blown out like that, like, I'm not even mad because there's nothing I could have done. If I would have lost by like 3 points, okay, I'm pissed. But yeah. James killed it. Next week I play Drew. I'm projected to lose. And you play
James.
Oh, that sucks for you, man.
Nah, I'm going to smoke him.
Yeah, just score 170 points and you got it.
No, it's actually pretty close, though. It's like 49-50 or 49-51. Mine is, right?
I'm 49% to win.
47, dang.
Well, mine was 49-51.
Was
at
it?
the beginning, too. So, any, like, big, like, besides Isaiah Likely, I mean, we can talk about fantasy all day, but Isaiah Likely is a big waiver wire, probably.
Yeah, I think I was talking about this with a coworker. He said anyone they're going to pick up for waiver wires, and I was like, obviously we chimed in with Isaiah Likely. I also brought up Lazard. I don't get me wrong, I don't think he's good. Well, he's okay, like for a wide receiver 3, or maybe like for a flex if you don't have any better ones than that. I just think Aaron Rodgers likes him a lot. So,
did you see his target share yesterday? I don't know the exact numbers, but he threw to Alan Lazard, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, and then one to Conklin.
Yeah.
But he only completed passes to those 3 players. So, I mean.
Yeah. So he might be a lookout. Also, Justice Hill.
Yeah, which sucks for me because I have Derrick Henry. And I think Justice Hill is going to be – I think they're going to split fantasy points. I don't know about, like, snaps necessarily, but they'll get roughly the same fantasy points. Big lesson I learned, don't draft running backs that don't catch the ball. Derrick Henry will have one catch every other week, maybe. So, big mistake on my part.
There's also another one. Anyone that you were looking at besides those?
No one, like, big. I know a lot of people that have Jameson Williams not drafted, so like draft him,
pick him,
on the waivers. But other than that, no. Maybe actually, what's backup running back for 49ers?
Oh, Jordan Mason.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey might be out on another week, so like if you're desperate for a running back, maybe pick up him. But I wouldn't like spend too much of your FAAB money on him. Other than that, no, I don't have a whole lot. Week 1's a little weird. You don't know really what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean on Sleeper, which is the thing we use. They have Tyler Johnson, the wide receiver for
Rams, yeah,
that's Puka. And then they have Jordan Mason. Oh, this is the other one. Alexander Madison.
Yeah.
I think he looked good because White looked terrible.
Yeah,
So, if you're looking to pick up a running back, he looked okay.
Yeah, I always obviously if you pick someone up, you have to drop someone typically, and I think this is our 3rd year playing fantasy.
Yeah.
The past 2 years after week 1, I drop like 6 players and pick up 6 players that did well, and it always ends up screwing me. So I'm trying not to overreact to week 1. But if there's obvious ones like Jameson Williams or Isaiah Likely, I would definitely do that. Just don't overreact too much. Anything else for fantasy?
No. I mean,
Are you going to do anything specifically to help your team? You got any weaknesses that you feel like you really got to... I mean, your running back's solid. Wide receivers obviously solid. Laporta will be fine. Yeah, dude, you're fine. I mean, maybe QB you're lacking, especially if Deshaun sucks as bad as I think he's going to. But
yeah, but on my bench, and my bench's quarterbacks aren't the greatest. Well, Bo Nix looked okay, so hopefully we'll have him. And then I have Will Levis. But everyone else, like if I would have picked up Derek Carr, that would have been good. But someone already did.
no, it did.
So I'm not looking for anyone on the waiver wire. The thing with me is just who do I have to decide over? Calvin Ridley,
right?
Godwin,
Yep.
Brian Thomas, and all that.
That's kind of how I am with them. Those options aren't as good as the ones I have, or my options aren't as good as the ones you just said. But like, should I start Jameson Williams or should I start Terry McLaurin? Like Terry McLaurin's the number 1, but I mean, if Jaden Daniels is only gonna throw the ball 2 times all game, then
yeah,
I don't know. And then my running backs are kind of lacking, but that's all right. All right. Next up, Caden's going to go over where he was right and where he was wrong in the gambling section. So, how'd you do week 1, man?
So I think it was 8-leg parlay I made. And that was just a game parlay, wasn't the player props. I got Kansas City -3 right. This is the one that screwed me, is the Falcons.
That's the only one?
And then I got no wait, they didn't get by -3, huh? Houston Texans.
Oh, those 2 points, yeah.
Yeah. So that was another one, was Houston Texas -3, but then I think everything else I got right. Minnesota Vikings -1.5, Bears money line, under the Chargers game. I believe I got that right. It was like 22. What was it?
I'll check. You can keep going.
But so I got the under on the. I was under 40.5 the Raiders and Chargers game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that right. Cowboys plus 2.5, got that right. And then Tampa Bay minus 3.5, got that right.
So 6 out of 8.
Yeah, 6 out of 8.
Not too bad.
Man, yeah, Houston Texans and the Falcons kind of messed that up for me. I don't know. I think it was a good.
Not bad for week 1.
Yeah,
And there it was pretty close. I mean, Falcons lost, but Houston -3. They won by 2. So
yeah,
like, almost got 7 out of 8. All right, and then the prize picks.
yeah. Prize picks, the player props. I told you guys to do the. They were doing the Caleb Williams, the discount passing yards, half a passing yard.
He barely got that.
Yeah, he barely got that, but he got it. Then I told you guys to do Tua over passing yards, 269.5. He got 315. So I got that one right. And then I did Curtis Samuel receptions. He got 2. The line was 3. And then I did CeeDee Lamb receptions. He got 5. The line was 7.
Which, to be fair, he would have gotten that, but they didn't need to throw after halftime because they were up so big.
Yeah. And then, so those, I mean, everything was close. Like, Kurt Samuel had 2. The line was 3. CeeDee Lamb had 5. Line was 7. Derrick Henry fantasy, I had them over. It was 11.5. He got 10.6.
Yeah.
Close. And he had, me and Ryan were watching the game. He had, I think, one drive where he was almost about to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. I think maybe Lamar even ran it in himself or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Or they put Justice Hill in. Who knows?
Yeah. But close. And then I did Tyreek Hill having a touchdown. He got a touchdown. So out of that 6 legs, I got 3 right.
Dang.
Yeah.
Vegas knows what they're doing because those are all close.
I know. But
so didn't win anything here, right?
no, I didn't win anything.
So
all
did you
week.
put 10 on each?
Yeah,
thing?
so I lost 20.
So he's down 20 right now. He'll make it back though. He'll net a win.
I will.
All right, we're gonna do one more thing for this first half of the show. Oh my lord, it's already been 47 minutes. The second half of the show will be faster. Gonna play a little game. I'm gonna give you every week. I'm gonna give you 3 to 5 conclusions I made from the previous week. So I'll give you 3 to 5 conclusions from week 1 that I came up with, and you're just gonna tell me if you think I'm right or if I'm wrong. They're kind of supposed to be overreactions. So you just tell me if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
All right. I got 4 for you today. Number 1, the Pats are going to be a playoff contender.
Playoff.
Right or wrong? I'm not saying win the East, but they'll be on the brink of a wild card,
wild card.
9-8 type of.
I think that is a overreaction.
Overreaction? All right. I kind of think it is too. I think I'm a little too happy about the win, but I don't know. It was against a team that's supposed to be good, but like you said, they always struggle in the beginning, so who knows. All right, number 2. Deshaun Watson is the worst QB in the league.
Okay.
With a few that are right there with him, like Daniel Jones and Will Levis, but he's in that class.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's yeah, I could see that. I think, but he has, I'll say this. I can see that happening, so I don't think it's an overreaction. But I can see it also not happen. So, just right, I guess?
Yeah.
So,
sweet. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just right because, like I said, I think I want to see him more these upcoming weeks.
Yeah. The reason I think that is because his I feel like his mentality is you know what, I'm getting $230 million. I don't care. I don't want to be here. He gets booed everywhere he goes because he should.
He just doesn't love the game like other people do.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're not gonna win like that. Okay, this one I really hope you agree. I feel like you won't. The Panthers or the Giants will only win one game. They play each other 1 week, so that guarantees one of them one win, unless they tie, I guess. So one or both of them will go 1-16 or 0-17.
I don't think the Panthers will.
No.
I think Giants could, just because, like I said, you have good chances of Stevie Wonder being back there.
Okay, but think about it. The Saints are supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
And they beat them by 37 points. Beat the Panthers by 37 points.
I know. I just have high hopes for that team. Yeah, because when Jonathan Brooks come as well.
That's fair.
But
so Giants maybe.
I mean, they're not going to win. I think that, like I said, I had them as my sleeper team. I don't think they're going to win 6 games. I think they're going to win maybe 4. Panthers, that is.
Honestly, I'd be impressed with that. I think it'll be Giants at 2-15, Panthers at 4-13, roughly. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of those two went 1-16. And then last one, I think you might agree with me on this. We'll see. The Bengals are going to finish under 500, so 8-9 type of thing.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You agree?
I think that's just right.
Just right.
Just because if they don't get a Jamar Chase deal done.
He seems unhappy right
Yeah.
now. He seems pissed, which I would be too. He hasn't been paid. T. Higgins apparently has a hamstring that's been lingering.
And their O-line is bad. They have been for years.
Yeah. Zach Moss is good, but I think Joe Mixon is definitely better.
Yeah.
So, I feel like they've gotten worse.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's hair is way worse than it used to be. I mean, he's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can see that. I obviously I hate that because I do like I said, I do like Joe Burrow, but I can see that happening. They're like right. You said right under 500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, I named that game wrong. It's called overreaction, underreaction, or just right, not right or wrong. But Caden understood. All right, so that kind of finishes up. It's already been 52 minutes, but that finishes up kind of like week 1 recap and stuff. That's kind of what we'll do every week. We'll go a little faster in the future. But yeah, that's how the first half of the show will be. We'll get it down to 30 to 45 minutes, but now we basically just make predictions for next week, which will go a lot faster. So we're going to start by making picks for the week like we did last week. Again, not against the spread, just head-to-head. Let me pull this up. Mine's not pulling up. Yes, it is. All right, week 2 picks. Let's see what we got the same and different. All right, so to kick it off, Buffalo at Miami on Thursday night, which we'll be watching together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We play volleyball on Thursday nights sometime between 7 and 9, so sometimes it interferes with the game, but it's at 9 o'clock this Thursday, so we can watch majority of the beginning. All right, so I have Miami in a close one, but I think Miami takes it.
Yeah. I had Miami too.
Okay. I'm only choosing them because they're at home. If it was at Buffalo, I would choose Buffalo.
Yeah, I would too. And, yeah.
Saints at Cowboys. I'm going Cowboys.
Really? I have Saints. Not
I was about to be shocked.
Good.
Honestly, I don't think it'll be that close. I think Saints played a really bad team, and that's why they looked good. I think Cowboys' defense will just swarm them.
Yeah, I think Derek Carr's throwing at least 2 picks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, I have Cowboys.
Then we got Raiders at Ravens. I have Ravens, not in a close one.
No, I have Ravens. Raiders are bad.
There's sometimes just games that I look at, I'm like, I'm not going to really watch that.
Yeah, I watched highlights.
Yeah. Giants at Commanders. I got Commanders.
Watching highlights.
This one? Yeah. Jane Daniels might make it exciting, but...
Yeah, I have the Commanders as well.
I don't know if it's going to be a close one, honestly. I don't know how good Washington is. I can't tell. Well, I guess we'll just see. Chargers at Panthers. I have Chargers.
I have Chargers.
Not even in a blowout, though, because I don't think Chargers...
Did I say that was my... Did I go to the story I picked yet? Or no?
No. But,
oh,
we can do that. Yeah. So we both got Chargers. Next is Colts at Green Bay. If it wasn't for Jordan Love's injury, I would have gone Green Bay, but Malik Willis I think is terrible, so I'm going Colts.
Yep, me as well. Colts look good, and I don't think Malik Willis is good.
Yeah.
Who else do they have? Do you know?
Quarterback-wise? Oh, my God. I just heard about it today. But they signed Malik Willis like a month ago.
Yeah.
So whoever their backup was before that, either they let go or they just really don't trust. So I don't know.
How do you trust Malik Willis over him?
Dude, I don't know. And it's not like Malik Willis and Jordan Love are similar quarterbacks styles or anything, but whatever. 49ers at Vikings. I have 49ers. I think this game will be closer than people think, though. I don't know what the spread is, but I bet I would go Vikings plus the points. I don't know.
Yeah, I have 49ers.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, Browns at Jacksonville. I have Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's good. They competed with Miami, and I think Browns are terrible, unfortunately, even though I have them going 11-6.
This was actually a close game for me.
Really?
I was debating to pick the Browns, but I picked the Jags just because they are at home.
Yeah.
Because the Jags, they didn't look too good at against Miami. I mean, obviously it was a close game, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. But like you said, they had a touchdown that kind of like the Bengals did at the half-yard line and then got stripped out. So you're not down on the Browns all that much.
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, I shouldn't be because I have them going 11-6, but they just look so bad to me. And maybe that's because the Cowboys are just that good.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing a Super Bowl contender in my eyes.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll probably get booed out in the second round, maybe first, but...
Real quick, tell me if you agree. These are the top NFC teams, in my opinion, after the week one. Cowboys, Eagles are up there. I can't say Packers. I'll say Lions. I'm saying Bucks are in that conversation, and then
Niners.
Yeah, Niners. I was trying to think who in the West. Niners, probably Rams. Yeah, and I feel like Cardinals and Seahawks could get there, but they're not there yet. And then AFC, Bills, Dolphins, Ravens, Texans.
Yeah, and
Colts,
Chiefs.
maybe, and Chiefs. Yeah. Okay.
I agree with all those.
Would you? You don't like them as much as me, but would you put the Chargers in there?
No.
Before we move on, let me just read you. This is the Chargers schedule coming up. This is why I have them going 12-5. So they just beat the Raiders. Here's their schedule for the next weeks: at Panthers, at Steelers, versus Chiefs. Okay, lost.
But Steelers might be a loss too.
Could be. At Broncos.
Yeah.
At Cardinals.
That's a loss.
Versus Saints.
That's
at Browns. Versus Titans. I mean, in there, you lose to the Chiefs. We'll just say you lose to the Steelers, you lose to the Cardinals.
Possibly Browns, but maybe not.
That's 7-3, 6-4 at worst. Ravens loss. Falcons win. Chiefs loss. Bucks win.
Good. Wait,
Broncos win. Finish this season.
You think they're gonna beat the Bucks? You just had them in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Their final three games though: Broncos, Pats, Raiders. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, a little off topic there. Next up, Seahawks at New England. Really quick, Caden knows this about me. All my friends know this about me. Is when it comes to the Patriots, I always quote unquote hedge my bet. I I pick against the Patriots because then if they lose, then I'm like, oh, at least I got the game right. But I'm always rooting for them to win. Like in the Super Bowl, I'm like, nah, dude, they're gonna lose. Like, have low expectations, and then hopefully it turns out differently. So I have Seahawks winning this game. I'm sure Caden does too.
Yeah, I have Seahawks.
But I don't.
But that's a hard one too because they're at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if New England wins this game. They showed me something this past week, so hopefully they can pull it out, go 17-0. Jets at Titans. I'm going Jets as they looked last night.
Yeah, I have Jets.
Bucks at Lions. I think this is going to be the game of the week. I'm going Lions mainly because they're at home, but I think it's going to be a really good game.
I have Lions. We're all pretty similar here.
Yeah, we haven't had one different, and we only have 5 games left, so we'll see. Rams at Cardinals. I think this is going to be a great game, too. I have the Rams.
I have Cardinals.
You have Cardinals in this game. Wow.
I like Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I like him, too. He's on my fantasy team, but hopefully he does something. Yeah, so that'll be a good game. You have it in a close one.
Yeah, the score is not going to be. I think it's going to be at least a field goal or 2 field goals.
Okay, so 36 points ish.
Yeah.
Steelers at Broncos. I have the Steelers.
I have the Steelers.
I think this game will be. Not even joking. I think it might be 9-6. I think that could be this one of the game.
Because they're expecting to start Justin Fields. Did you hear that?
I did not see that.
So yeah, Mike Tomlin said, we're preparing Justin Fields, and then Russell Wilson said, "Oh, I even feel better," but they're still preparing Justin Fields.
Interesting. That's a game I'm not interested in, but I might give it a peek. Bengals at Chiefs. I think Chiefs blow the Bengals out. I think it's like 35-10 type of thing.
Yeah, I have them, but I don't have them because Joe Burrow's that kryptonite.
Yeah, but it's week 2 and he sucks.
Yeah,
he sucks in the beginning for some reason.
So, yeah, but I have them. I think it'll be a little closer. I think a touchdown at least.
I'm shocked that game's not Sunday Night Football. It's in the late window, but Sunday Night Football is Bears at Texans.
Texans is smoking them.
Yeah, I have Texans in a pretty bad one, as in like easy win. I want Caleb Williams to be good just to make the league more interesting. I think it'll take a while though. He looked bad, really bad.
He just didn't know when to release the ball.
Yeah, thought he was still in college.
Yeah. Just running around back there thinking he can get away when he can't.
Dude, we need to talk more about the Texans. CJ Stroud's a dog. Nico Collins is great. Stephon Diggs did great. Tank Dell did good. Joe Mixon did good. Dalton Schultz was there to supplement.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of weapons too. It's crazy to see. I think they would be a contender.
Yeah.
For at least an AFC championship.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be. I hope. I don't know the schedule well enough, but hopefully Chiefs and Texans play sometime.
That'd be awesome.
Dude, I think they do. I don't know what. Okay. Anyways, Monday Night Football is Falcons at Eagles. I have Eagles.
I have Eagles blowing them out.
Blowing them out?
Yeah.
I think it'll be a close game. I think.
No shot.
I think Kirk Cousins gets a little better, hopefully. Okay, well, out of 16 games, we have one difference. So, not a huge difference.
It's just the Cardinals.
Cardinals, Rams. I have Rams. You have Cardinals.
Which is kind of weird because like I said, I like the Rams, but I like Cardinals as well.
So we'll do Survivor pick real quick. So I chose Bengals. I'm out. I'm gonna keep going as if I'm in. Just so Caden's not by himself. We accidentally kind of already discussed it before we started recording. But say who you got.
This week I have the Chargers beating the Panthers. So I think it's just easy. That's just the easiest game
if
for
you
me.
look at the schedule, that's definitely. I say definitely. I got it wrong last week. But if I was still in it, I would go Chargers. They're playing in Carolina, but I think Carolina's so bad, and all the other games are like.
It's also a good pick for me because I don't think the Chargers are good. Yeah, I don't trust them. So, that's a great pick for me, and especially getting Raiders and Chargers off the board.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be. Wait, you chose Saints.
Oh, sorry, I did change the Saints. I'm so sorry.
Who did
Raiders played the Chargers.
Yeah,
I chose the Saints.
Well, let's see how far you can go. I went 0 weeks, which is pretty bad. Maybe next week I'll be able to do it. All right, a couple more things. We're going to play another game. I like this game a lot. It's called What's More Likely. I'm gonna give Caden basically 2 scenarios for this coming week, and he'll tell me what he thinks is more likely, and then we'll do his gambling portion, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, Caden, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's more likely? This is in honor of Thursday Night Football from between Dolphins Bills. Is it more likely that Tyreek has 150 scrimmage yards, so passing and running, or Josh Allen has 400 scrimmage yards, passing and running?
Tyreek.
You think so?
Yeah. 400 is a lot.
It is a lot, but I mean, throwing and running, he can throw for 300.
But what did he throw for last week?
Not a ton, I don't think.
Yeah. Because he has his no one.
Yeah. Okay, okay, so I thought he ran for way more. He only ran for 39 yards.
He just got 2 touchdowns.
Running. But he threw for 232. Okay, so he didn't even throw for 300. Maybe I should have said 300 instead of 400. All right, what's more likely? Tyreek has 150 scrimmage yards or Josh Allen has 300 total yards?
Okay. That's a little more tougher. I actually probably would go Josh Allen then.
Okay.
I do think Curtis Samuel will be good for them. They just have to get the connection. He didn't even look Dalton Kincaid's way.
I know.
Which kind of sucks for me because I haven't been in another league. But yeah, I think and then he can definitely run for at least 50, 60 yards.
I need to make this a little harder. Next time I'll do like 350 yards.
Yeah.
All right. What's more likely? The Buccaneers to upset Detroit in Detroit or the Browns to upset the Jags in Jacksonville? I guess you sort of already answered that.
Yeah, I think it's more likely the Browns will upset the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right. I would go Bucks to upset Detroit.
I mean, Bucks look good, but like I said, I'm not writing off Deshaun just yet. If he does bad this week, then yeah, maybe.
Let me pull something up real quick. All right. What is more likely? One moment. So the Broncos are playing the Steelers, okay? And the Chiefs are playing the Bengals. So is it more likely for the Broncos to get shut out or the Chiefs to score 40+?
More likely the Broncos get shut out. Yeah.
Yeah, that Steelers defense is
they're so good.
Mad good.
I mean, like we just said in this podcast, TJ Watt is crazy.
Yeah. This is my favorite one. Last one. What's more likely? Caleb Williams, they're playing. Who are they playing? I just had it. Oh, yeah, the Texans. So is it more likely for Caleb Williams to throw for 100 yards or 300 yards? Under 100 or over 300?
Wait.
Do I need to repeat? I didn't say that right.
Over 300 or under 100?
Yep. That's a tough one.
I mean, yeah. I think it won't be over, so you got to go the under 100. Yeah.
Wow. I feel like most people would choose over 300.
Yeah. Just because the weapons he has, but the showing he put out last week, and it was they played. Who they played last week?
The Bears.
Yeah. It was the.
We just literally talked about this, huh?
Shoot.
The Titans.
Yeah.
Titans.
They don't have they don't have a good defense.
No, they don't. And he still only got 93 yards.
And then they play. They play
Texans,
who I think they have a good
definitely
defense.
better than Titans.
Yeah. And they have Will Anderson, who's a dog.
Yeah.
So, I would have to go under 100.
Under 100. That's crazy. I'm not rooting for that necessarily, but I wouldn't be mad if that happened.
I think it'd be funny.
It would be funny, and he would hopefully get a lot of shit for it. All right, Caden's gonna go through his gambling. He's gonna do the Prize Picks and the what's the other one?
And just like the game parlays.
Yeah. He'll say how much he's gonna bet.
All the things I do is just gonna be
$10 every time, so $20 a week. Like 10 on the Prize Picks, 10 on the. Just FYI, you'll never see one of these podcasts where I don't go to the restroom at least once. I have a problem, so I'm gonna use the restroom again while Caden starts this, but I'll be right back.
All right, so I have Caleb Williams They actually have his discount again for half a yard passing yards, so I have that as more. I have Curtis Samuel again for more than 17.5 receiving yards. I have CeeDee Lamb more than 87.5 receiving yards. And I have Mark Andrews less than 42.5 receiving yards. I have Jermaine Ford more than 45.5 rushing yards. And I have Dak Prescott to throw more than 250.5. So he has to get 251 passing yards. And that's my 6-leg parlay for Prize Picks. And if this is on Tuesday, so there's some that are there's limited suggestions, and so out of the suggestions I got, I feel like these were the best ones, because honestly, I would probably pick, if they had it, which they don't on Tuesday, they might have it on Wednesday or Thursday. I would probably substitute the receiving yards for CeeDee having a touchdown on the Saints. But that's about it. I think everything else is pretty much a good lock for that. So that was my 6-leg Prize Picks player prop bet. And then my game parlay, I actually did a 7-leg parlay on...
What'd I miss?
I just did my player prop bets. I'm doing Caleb Williams, the discount, has to get 1 passing yard. I did Curtis Samuel. He has to do more than 17.5 receiving yards. And then I did CeeDee Lamb. He has to get more than 87 yards, so he has to get 88. And then I did less on Mark Andrews, 42.5. And then I did Jermaine Ford, his rushing yards more.
That's a good one.
And then Dak Prescott to throw more than 250.
Were they playing the Saints?
Yeah. And then I told them, I said I would actually substitute if it was late, because I told them that you only get a certain amount of picks on Tuesday. But like maybe tomorrow or Thursday, I would actually put CeeDee Lamb as a touchdown instead of his receiving yards.
You just can't do that yet.
Yeah. So that was that 6-leg.
10 to win. How much does it say?
Let's see. 10 to win. 240.
Damn.
Yeah, it would be 240.
Not bad. Make your money back real fast.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And then my 7 game parlay. This is just game parlays. I'm doing the spread on most of them. I already locked this bet in, so I already put $10 in to win 482.
How many legs?
7.
Okay.
So I did the Colts minus 3.5. They're playing the Green Bay without.
Okay, I like that. I like that one a lot.
Then I did Cowboys 6.5. Scored beat them by a touchdown.
Yep, I like that.
Then I did Commanders, beat them by a field goal. The spread is 2.5. Yeah, minus 2.5.
I like that.
Browns, I did +4. I don't know if you like that, but
who are they playing again?
Jaguars.
I don't hate it. And again, if Deshaun is just mediocre, like they're a good team.
Yeah. So so I have 2 more. I did the over on the Chargers and Panthers game, which if it's anything like first week, Panthers just get blown out. The Chargers can hit that
by themselves. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about
that. But yeah, and then I have 2 more. Then I have just Eagles money line against the Falcons. I think that would be. I don't have them as a close game. I know you think they might be, but
why not? So why not do the spread there? I'm just curious.
I actually forget why the spread was. What was it? Let me see. I mean,
maybe it was like a big number or something.
It was a touchdown.
Just play it safe.
Yeah.
Especially with the 7-legger, yeah.
Yeah. Not trying to do crazy. And then my last game was 49ers money line, which is Vikings. So
Yeah, that's okay. And same reason for not doing the spread.
yeah, just playing just like 2 legs. I always kind of want to play a little safe, and I think
Kinda
those
guarantees.
are I think those are guarantee wins for them. Now the one I'm scared about is the over 39, and the Browns. But then
Yeah,
I think everything
those are
else
the
is
two I would be skeptical about too.
it's pretty good.
All right, so if you want to bet 10 and win $482,
That's
get on it.
That's it.
That really concludes this episode. I know hour 15. That's not too bad.
Not bad.
We're in for a good week 2. We had a great week 1. It feels so good to have football back. It felt so good to go to. We watched Thursday night football. We watched Friday night football. We watched football from 12 to 10 on Sunday,
Yeah.
and then Monday night football. It was so great. I love that it's back. It's just gonna keep getting better and better.
Kind of sucks without football Tuesday, Wednesday.
I know.
I mean, it's cool that we're getting this podcast though.
Yeah, that's true. This will be my football for Tuesdays.
Yeah. So we just have Wednesday to look not forward to.
Yeah, you guys can watch this on Wednesday though. There
Yeah.
you go. Well, actually, there won't be Friday night football anymore.
Oh, that's
That's a
right.
one-timer.
But we got college. I know you don't watch it, but
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch, but not all that much. So that'll do it for this. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next Tuesday, September 17th. See ya.
boy.